Hi traders, my name is Duncan Cooper and I'm a Senior Market Strategist and Trading Manager at AUDJPY Securities. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the key trading levels for the week ahead for the pairs the Australian dollar to the Japanese yen, the Australian dollar to the US dollar, the euro to the Japanese yen, the euro to the US dollar, the pound to the Japanese yen and the pound to the US dollar. So let's get into the first pair. Okay traders, hope you had a great trading week. You're enjoying Easter before we get back into trading next week. Now onto the Aussie yen daily chart first up. I've got my monthly, weekly and daily support and resistance levels drawn in. I'll just reference the ones closest to price, but all my levels are in the description below. So the Aussie Japanese yen is rather consolidatory. So what I'm expecting is we might just remain in this consolidation until proven different. Price could come up to retest 94.15, 94.31 daily resistance area, hold, and then move back down to the newly formed day support at 92.39. If that level could break, we could move down to 90.72 monthly support. The other option is we could break out above resistance here and then look for 94.31 to become support for a further move higher. So do we stay in consolidation and move back down the range, or do we break out? So watch those levels. Those are the levels I'm watching on the Aussie Japanese yen. Alright, up next, Aussie US dollar day chart. So last week we broke below 74.56 day support. That's now acting as resistance, so we're moving down. I'm just expecting a further decline this week, hopefully. We're close below 7400. So can we now test 73.67 day support, break that level, and trade down and test 73.14 weekly support in the coming week. Alright, so those are two levels I'm watching on the Aussie US dollar. Alright, moving on to the Euro Japanese yen, rather consolidatory. Monday we came up from this day support area and put in a lower top here. So formed resistance now at 137.12 and hasn't been back up to that level for 4 days. So I'm anticipating we might be in consolidation and moving back down to test the daily support area that we formed earlier. That's between 134.51 and 134.28. Of course, we could break higher. If we break higher and you want to be a buyer, you need to see price action clearly break above these resistance levels. Resistance becomes support for the next move up. Alright, so those are the levels I'm watching at the moment. We've got clear resistance at 137.12 ahead of 137.49. Are we moving back down to the day support area? Okay, those are the levels I'm watching on the Euro Japanese yen. Alright, Euro US dollar day chart. So last week we traded below 108.06 weekly support but closed just on it. So the question is this going to hold for a further move back up to retest 10900 daily resistance? If it does, watch 10900. That is acting as clear resistance now for a move back down to retest 108.06. Or at the start of the week, did we break below 108.06? Does that then become new resistance for an opportunity to trade down from that level to then trade down and challenge the next level of support at 108, beg your pardon, at 107.27, which is weekly support. So those are the two options there. Do we hold at 108.06 weekly support to move back up to re-challenge 10900, or do we break 108.06 and can we trade down to test 107.27 weekly support? Alright, so those are levels that I'm watching on the Euro US dollar. Alright, pound Japanese yen. We had a very strong week last week. We came up and re-challenged 164.64 daily resistance, and on Good Friday's trading we managed to close above. So is that a false move above, or is that the start of a break above? So the question will be, as we get into the new week, can price hold above 164.64 daily resistance? If we can't, we may well just trade back down the range, retest 163.06 monthly support resistance, and we could trade all the way back down to day support. Of course, this could be a break above now, So at the beginning of the week, do we start to hold? Do we form a support level intra-week at or above 164.64? Then for a move higher. So the first question will be at the start of the week, does 164.64 resistance get clearly broken? If it doesn't, expect maybe a decline back down the range. So your key area to watch is 164.64. Does it hold as resistance, or does it start to act as new support intra-week? Alright, so that's the level I'm watching on the pound Japanese yen. Very strong last week. Alright, and the final pair to review, pound US dollar day chart, the levels to watch. So we did manage to trade below a weekly support here, 130.100, but found support and we traded all the way back up to a weekly resistance at 130.134. Are we getting long-term support here, or is this just a bounce with the Easter holidays coming in? Time will tell. So at the moment, 130.51 was daily resistance. It's possible support at the moment. It could turn back to resistance. It's been support and resistance a few times here through this area. So is it now support, or is it still resistance? It just managed to close a fraction below there on Friday. So we might just be in consolidation here in the short term. I'm noticing we still got lower tops and bottoms here. Is this just another lower top forming for a further move down to challenge 130.100 again? Can we break through that level and break through the newly formed day support at 129.73? Longer term support, if we break through there, would be down at 128.54. Is that where price is heading long term, or are we getting long term support now at 130.100? And are we going to be coming up to re-challenge 131.68 monthly resistance? So we could come up through the course of the week, challenge 131.68 monthly resistance. Does that hold? And then simply come back down to retest 130.100. Do we just start to go into consolidation, or are we going to move clearly higher? So key levels to watch to the downside would be, can we break 130.100 and day support at 129.73? If not, resistance is at 131.34 weekly and 131.68 monthly. Can we break through those levels? So a little bit unclear on the pound US dollar, bit consolidatory. Can we break through support, or can we break above resistance, or is it simply going to be bound by those support and resistance levels? Alright, so those are the levels that I'm watching on the pound US dollar next week. Okay traders, that's my analysis for today. If you want to keep up to date with my analysis, simply subscribe to the channel. I look forward to seeing you next time. Now if you'd like to follow my forex trading analysis throughout the week, why not subscribe to the ACY Securities live interactive trading feed Telegram channel. Simply contact Nathan.bray at acy.com to get access.